Picture this: a raging storm at sea, waves crash against a small boat, the wind howls fiercely. The sailors are afraid, they fear the ship might break apart. But then, through the driving rain, they spot it. A lighthouse, its beam cutting through the darkness. The lighthouse doesn't stop the storm, it doesn't calm the waves. But it offers something far greater direction. It shows the sailors the way to safety. It gives them hope in the midst of the tempest. Life, my friends, can feel like that storm. We face challenges that rock us to our core. We encounter winds of worry and waves of doubt. It's easy to feel lost and afraid. But in the midst of our own storms, there is a beacon of hope. Just as the lighthouse guides sailors, Jesus Christ offers us direction and guidance. He is our source of peace in the midst of life's storms. When we fix our eyes on Him, we find the strength to navigate the turbulent waters and reach the shores of peace. Jesus said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." These words are not just poetic imagery, they are a powerful truth that has resonated through centuries. When we invite Jesus into our lives, He becomes our guiding light. He illuminates our path, showing us the way forward even when we feel lost. Just as the lighthouse warns sailors of dangerous rocks, Jesus guides us away from harmful choices and toward a life of purpose and meaning. He is the compass that points us toward true north, the anchor that keeps us steady in the storms, and the safe harbor we long for. No matter how dark the night or how fierce the storm, Jesus is always there, a beacon of hope and promise, ready to guide us home. One of the most remarkable stories in the Bible is the account of Peter walking on water. Imagine the scene: a raging storm, a boat tossed about like a toy, and the disciples terrified. Suddenly they see Jesus walking toward them on the water. Peter, filled with a mix of fear and faith, calls out to Jesus, "Lord, if it's you." Peter cries out, "Tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," Jesus simply says. And Peter, taking his eyes off the storm and fixing them on Jesus, steps out of the boat and onto the water. For a few glorious moments, Peter experiences the impossible. He walks on water, but then he takes his eyes off Jesus and looks at the wind and the waves. Fear grips his heart and he begins to sink. "Lord, save me," he cries out. Jesus immediately reaches out his hand and catches him. This story is a powerful metaphor for our own lives. When we keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, focused on His love and power, we can overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. We find the strength to do the impossible. However, when we take our eyes off Jesus and focus on our problems, fear and doubt creep in. We start to sink under the weight of our worries. But even then, even when we falter, Jesus is there to lift us up. He doesn't scold Peter for his lack of faith. Instead, He gently reminds him to keep his eyes focused on Him. In the same way, Jesus offers us grace and mercy when we stumble. He reminds us that He is always there for us, ready to calm our fears and give us peace. Life is a journey, and like any journey, it has its share of mountains and valleys. There will be times when the path is smooth and the sun is shining, but there will also be times when the road is rough and the storms rage around us. It's during these difficult times that we need strength. The strength to keep going when we feel like giving up. The strength to face our fears with courage. The strength to hold on to hope when all seems lost. And where do we find this strength? We find it in Jesus. The Bible tells us that the joy of the Lord is our strength. When we focus on Jesus, when we fill our hearts and minds with His love and promises, we tap into a supernatural source of strength. Hope is like an anchor for the soul, especially in the midst of life's storms. It's the assurance that even in the darkest of nights, a new dawn will come. Hope whispers to us that no matter how difficult things seem, there is a reason to keep going. In a world often filled with uncertainty and fear, Jesus offers us a hope that is unshakable. He is the anchor that keeps us grounded when the storms of life threaten to sweep us away. When we place our hope in Jesus, we are not hoping in vain. We are placing our hope in the one who conquered death and who holds the future in His hands. This hope is not based on wishful thinking or positive affirmations. It's rooted in the unshakable truth of God's love and faithfulness. When we make a conscious decision to focus on Jesus, our lives undergo a profound transformation. It's like putting on a new pair of glasses. Suddenly the world looks different. We see things with new eyes, eyes of faith and hope. The more we focus on Jesus, the more we become like him. His love begins to flow through us, touching the lives of those around us. Our fears and worries lose their grip on us as we experience the peace that surpasses all understanding. This transformation is not about becoming perfect overnight. It's about taking one step at a time, one day at a time, drawing closer to Jesus and allowing his love to change us from the inside out. It's about surrendering our will to his, trusting that he knows what's best for us. Fear and doubt are like unwelcome guests that show up uninvited, especially during challenging times. They whisper lies in our ears, trying to convince us that we're not good enough, strong enough, or worthy enough. Fear tells us to play it safe, to stay hidden, to avoid taking risks. Doubt questions God's goodness, his love, and his plan for our lives. But Jesus offers us a better way. He says, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." When fear knocks on the door of our hearts, we can open it with the confidence that Jesus is standing right beside us, ready to fight our battles. When doubt clouds our minds, we can cling to the truth of God's word, which is a lamp to our feet and a light to our path. One of the most comforting truths of the Christian faith is the unwavering presence of Jesus. He promised never to leave us or forsake us. He is with us always, even to the very end of the age. This means that no matter what we face in life, we don't face it alone. Jesus is right there with us, walking alongside us every step of the way. He is our ever-present help in times of trouble, our refuge and strength, our comforter and guide. Knowing that Jesus is always with us gives us the courage to face our giants, the strength to overcome obstacles, and the hope to keep moving forward even when the path ahead seems uncertain. Imagine having a friend who is always there for you, no matter what. A friend who never gets tired of listening to your problems, who never judges you for your mistakes, and who always believes in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. That friend is Jesus. He longs to have a close personal relationship with each one of us. He wants to be involved in every aspect of our lives, from the mundane to the miraculous. He doesn't wait for us to get our act together before he offers us his love and grace. He meets us right where we are, offering us forgiveness, hope, and a fresh start. All he asks is that we open our hearts to him and invite him in. He promises to never leave us nor forsake us, to be with us always, even to the very end of the age. What a promise, what a friend. Life is a journey filled with both joys and sorrows, triumphs and challenges. Each step we take, each decision we make shapes the path we walk. Sometimes the road is smooth and easy, and other times it is fraught with obstacles and difficulties. There will be times when the seas are calm and the sun is shining. These are the moments when everything seems to be going our way, when we feel at peace and content. We cherish these times, as they bring us joy and a sense of well-being. But there will also be times when the storms rage and the waves threaten to overwhelm us. These are the moments of trial and tribulation, when we feel lost and afraid. The challenges we face can seem insurmountable, and we may wonder how we will ever make it through. The good news is that we don't have to navigate these waters alone. We have a source of guidance and support that is always with us, no matter what we face. This companionship provides us with the strength and courage we need to keep moving forward. We have a captain who knows the way, who has already calmed the storms, and who promises to guide us safely to our destination. His name is Jesus. He is not just a historical figure or a distant deity. He is a living presence in our lives, offering us his wisdom and love. When we focus on him, when we trust his love and rely on his power, we find the strength to face whatever life throws our way. Our faith in him becomes a source of resilience, helping us to stand firm even in the most difficult times. We discover a peace that surpasses all understanding, a joy that is not dependent on our circumstances, and a hope that anchors our souls. This peace is a gift that comes from knowing we are loved and cared for by a higher power. So my friends, let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. Let us devote ourselves to following his example and living according to his teachings. In doing so, we will find a sense of purpose and direction that guides us through all of life's ups and downs. Let us trust him to guide us through the storms and lead us to the shores of peace. Even when the path is unclear and the future seems uncertain, we can have confidence that he is with us, lighting the way and providing us with the strength we need. He is our lighthouse, our compass, our anchor, and our hope. Just as a lighthouse guides ships safely to shore, Jesus guides us through the challenges of life, helping us to navigate safely to our ultimate destination. With him as our guide, we can face the future with confidence, knowing that we are never alone. His presence in our lives gives us the assurance that no matter what happens, we are loved, we are cared for, and we are never without hope. Let us embrace this truth and walk forward with faith, trusting in his unfailing love and guidance.